All right, guys, today is the 18th of February 2026. Crazy Global Market Talk with KEL. Crazy anytime, anywhere. Once again, 2026 has came in and things are starting to develop. And of course, we all know that the market has been pretty choppy the last few weeks. I'll cover that in depth today. Okay. So before that, disclaimer apply as usual. Please do your risk assessment. Yeah. Okay. Did I record this? I realized that. Yeah, okay, it's got it. Okay, so the thing is this, before we go into the fundamental, let's do the technical first. I saw the gold markets moving up right now. As you can see, gold this morning, opening price is at 4878, and then the pivot one is also the same number. Very rare, happen. And this morning, very fast, nicely, it went to KTR -1, stopped there. The boys came in to buy and they push it up. Very important level is stop here, touching the KTR -1 and rebound. This tells you a very strong buy indication, yeah. Then after that, what do you see? You can see that the market tested the pivot several times, many times. And once it closed above it firmly, we all know that the next number will be KTR +1. So this number is 4898.34. So the TP level, if you consider put, is 4897. Okay, so 4897 will be a better TP level if you'd ask me. Okay, so consider doing that if you want to. Yeah. Okay, so the boys are buying very strongly. It's firming now at the base. The retail are also buying. All this speak for itself. Yeah. Okay, so very important. We'll come back to this later on. All right, so that will be the first drawing for today. Let me just take a picture of this. Okay, then I go back to my sharing. Okay, hopefully make some money from here. Yeah. Okay, let me take. Gosh. Okay, let me just make sure that I also put my TP level properly first. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you get so busy, you just cannot concentrate properly. Yeah, okay, done. Okay, cool. All right, so put it away. Let's go into the fundamental first for today. Okay, fundamental. Here we go. Okay, so basically we have the Japan export growth surged to over 3 years high, up nearly 17% in January as shipment to China surged. Okay, so Japan sends a lot to China because Japan currency itself, right, has depreciated. So that's why a lot of demand from there. And oil price fell as Iran seek progress in nuclear talk with US. So that's oil came off. But again, once the progress failed, oil price will go up as usual. Now, Amazon snapped 9 days of losing streak, which is like, of course, oversold, recovered a little bit. They lost $450 billion in value over the last 9 days. Okay. And apart from that, nothing much changed. There's not much big news in the market. So last night, let's take a look. The S&P 500 closes little change as the decline in the software share still weigh on the index here. All right, so the S&P advanced 0.1%, while the Nasdaq uptick by 0.14%, and the Dow Jones climbed by 0.07%. So pretty flat. But if you look at the chart yesterday, it was a sell down first, and the market bought it back towards the end. So basically, the market rotated across the board, which basically added now into the financial shares, which I told you guys to be very careful. And of course, we all know that Salesforce, Oracle, all been down. In fact, the expanded tech software sector ETF, IGV, is also down by 2%. Now, total loss 23%, which is actually a bearish sentiment. Yeah. And of course, right now, we all know that there are some that last week we have the consumer price index also wasn't very good. So this week itself, I haven't checked what do we have, but we know that yesterday, Monday, it was closed for this President Day. I take note of that. Okay, so let me just bring in the investing.com. Now, investing.com, in my opinion, is a very good site to get market information. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I strongly advise you to get this to as a relation. Go to investing.com and then you go to the economic calendar. Then you just do the filter process. You should see it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me just filter a little bit, take some time. Okay, so today there's not much data. Durable goods order, but it's in preliminary, so may not come out. Yeah, preliminary release. Yeah, may not come out. Yeah. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, it's surging. Tomorrow we have the FOMC minutes meeting. That's at 3 a.m. Expect market to move a little bit. Then at about 9:30, it will be Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index and initial jobless claim. So that means that today, 3 a.m. Singapore time, we will have the FOMC meeting minutes, which I expect to be nothing because they didn't cut interest rate. They didn't cut interest rate, so we expect it to be soft and nothing. Yeah. Okay, now I promise you I will get for you, and I did that. Okay, so I went to current market valuation, I purchased it, and we have a lot of models there. You have the buffer indicator, price earning, price ratio, price and sales, interest rate, mean revision, earning yield gap. You have yield curve, SEM rules, state of coincidence, margin debt, junk bonds, VIX index, economic policy uncertainty, consumer confidence. Yeah, so there's a three of them, right? So I go to the main one that usually people use. Number one is the buffer index. Now, the buffer index suggests that the US market is strongly overvalued. Okay, we are now at 229.3%, and this is the very latest one. You need to pay money for this, so I paid for it because I think it's important. So as of 13th of February, they go by weekly. Yeah, so next one is about a few days later. Right, it's at 229.3%, really, really crazily overvalued. Okay. And also, if you look at the value versus historical trend, oh my goodness, you can see it's crazy. You can see that the peak previously back in 1970s, 1969, the market standard deviation was here and +2. Then it happened again back in 1999, and it happened again back in 2022 during the post-COVID. But today, oh my goodness, guys, this is crazy. We are now way above the standard +2. And still the market is pushing up. Now, this is crazy because that is going to be devastating. Now, guys, if you look carefully into historical pattern, when it hit the 2+2, the selling is not going to be gentle. The selling is quite crazy. Even back then with the money available in the 2022 post-COVID crisis, after they hit the +2, the market did came up by 1 standard deviation. So 1 standard deviation is worth how much, right? It really depends on the market, but it's average between 5 to 10%. Yeah, 5 to 10%. So which means that where we are right now, the market supposedly to be pulling back by 5%, but yet we are still climbing. I will do a very simple video later today, and I'll post it on YouTube. Watch it, all right? It's going to be very exciting numbers, yeah? Okay, so we have the warrant indicator, or warrant really at a crazy level, and the stock valuation itself is at ZERP level. And of course, the GDP, we're climbing, but it's not moving fast. And of course, if you put a comparison to the buffer indicator, if the US stock market value to GDP, we are really at a very high, insane level. And of course, if you look at the using the standard deviation, using the KEL itself, you can see that we're also very overdone. And you know, all this thing tells and speaks for itself. Okay, I show you one more, and that one will be the debt margin debt. Okay, whereby the number of people who borrowed money from the market itself, we are now at a very high level again. This is based on 31st December 2025. All right, it's once a month, and we're at a very high level. If the thing goes higher to this point, I am very certain to say there will be a pullback, okay, in the market. Yeah, so that's something to take note of. And of course, you have the this is inflation adjusted total margin debt, really crazy. The margin debt as percentage to the stock market itself, we are at the upside, higher side. And of course, the yearly change in margin debt, we are nearly at the all-time high again. So all this tells you that the stock market is really at a very expensive level where we shouldn't be even taking risks. All right. So this one I'll share. So every day I'll share the rest with you. Yeah, I don't do it one single day, but this is quite cool. Yeah. and it cost me about $10 per month. I think it's a good investment. Let's put it there, and hopefully that we can use it once in a while. And of course, if we make money from that, that's good, right? Okay, let's go to the technical side. Okay, the technical now. Let's go to the gold. Okay, so today, as I said earlier, for those who missed it, I'll talk about this again. Today's gold, the opening price is 4878, similar to the pivot one. So the pivot become a very important decider, number one. Number two, you notice that the MLP is on top, so the market is a little bit more to the bearish side. Number three, you notice that there is a 4 diamond over here. Draw it, so that is around there at 5040. So the market is below OP and below diamond line. That is a sell and it's not a buy, okay? All right, but of course, again, if you think that you'll go up to touch the KTR +1, you can try. Nothing wrong. Okay, then after that, the boys are selling. That is very clear. The retail are selling. That is also very clear. It's below MA. Oh dear. So with all this on top of you, right, the selling pressure is definitely there. So I suspect that what will happen soon is that the market, every time it go to KTR +1, +2, or +3, all right, that's where you can consider to take a sell position if you took a stop loss very nearby. Because the market now is trending downwards. Can you see that? When the market trend downwards, you want to sell from the high to come down, or you break the OP to sell. All right. When the market is going upwards, you will buy from the bottom at KTR -1, -2, -3, or you buy with the OP. So two strategies when you're on the way uptrend, two strategies when it's on downtrend. So now we can see it's on downtrend. And how do we know it's downtrend? Well, we don't need to go too far away. A higher high and a higher high tells you the trending of the market. A lower high tells you the other side of thing. So when the market is trending upwards, a higher high formation, all right, over a few days, you can really depict that this is going to be uptrend. But when the market coming down and the high is getting lower, you know that the market is depicting as a downward trend. So this is why, and I think that we can look to sell at around KTR +1 or +2. Based on what I'm seeing right now, even +1, there's some problem going through it. So either +1, +2 will be the likely tip for today. Okay? All right, all clear? All right, very good. So how low can it go? Well, it can go down all the way. There's a KCB somewhere around here. And that KCB, let me just put my screen over there. Cannot see this. My 4794. 4794. Wow. 4794 is the next KCB, and where we are, 4885. That's a long way to go. So maybe today, maybe tomorrow, who knows, right? I mean, we have seen gold coming down more than 5% in a single day or 6% in a single day. So there's nothing wrong to come down like 2% in the market. Yeah. So it's all is possible. All right. So cool. And of course, we have the first CCYR today. Yellow turns to red with the boy selling. I think the market is trying to tell you that any recovery is a sell than a buy. Okay. So I'm not too sure. We follow the chart, we follow the OP, then we decide what to do. Okay. Very, very important. All right, now let's look at the next market. It's the Dow Jones. Let's take a look. Dow. Fail to pull in. Okay, so Dow Jones, everyone. Now, Dow Jones has been very interesting. For 3 days in a row, it hangs around this point, which is around 49,725. And I did say that the middle ground is somewhere around here. So not too sure why is it coming up. And every time when you go near there, the boys will sell. Now, one thing to note, why you go up first, because the KSI and the KCX are both bullish. But of course, we have articles saying that the US market is a little bit overdone. So they feel that now it's triple top. The market should be coming down and stuff like that, all be going up. So for me, it's very simple. Whether up or down, it's right now expected. So if market stay down, then I'm going to safely say today 48,908, which is that 49,498 right now. That could be a 1,400 points movement downwards. Okay, it is potential. It may not be true, but then again, you don't want to take risks, right? So with the market now, it's a DJD day. Of course, Doji direction day. Two things can happen. It can go all the way to the sky or can go down all the way to the rock side. So let you decide where it will go. Yeah. So for the upside, right, you can take the KCB here. What number is that? 50,122. Okay, sorry, yeah. 50,122. That is the upside. The downside is 48,980. Okay. So we have two prong here. All right. Who thinks that the market is going to go up to 50,122? Please key that. Who thinks it's going to go to 48,980? Please key that. All right. 50,122 or 48,980. Which one you think so for the Dow Jones? Everybody, please contribute now in the comment box. What do you think? The Dow Jones, sorry, 48, 48,980. All right, which do you think? Which one would the Dow go up or down? Please key in the comment box, everybody. I'd like to see what you have in your mind. Okay, 48 according to Susan Tan. How about the rest? There are 34 people online this morning. How about giving a number? All right, or you guys are not listening. All right, this crazy team, I think that's from my friend in Vietnam. Okay, could be a DJ DD again. Wow, okay. Well, it's all possible. We have already two doji already. Yesterday, I'm not too sure. The day before it's not doji. I must check. But I have two doji. Okay, that's a good thing. Someone asked me this question now. Kel, if there's two doji, what does it mean? That means really big movement is going to come in. Big movement, yeah. So that is the reason why I say be careful. Now with two doji almost side by side and then the market whether it's going to be upside downside big, I think that's the thing. So this my friend from Vietnam says that was from Chris from this Louis, yeah. Okay, from my friend say that okay 50,000. Daryl says that 48,000. Okay, so some of you say 48, some of you say 50. Okay, let's decide then. I am not too sure where it go. But one thing to note is that we can see the KSI is definitely very green, and that's the reason why when the market come down, the boys just buy up, buy up, buy up, buy up. So I'm not half surprised that the Dow may come down and then rebound again. I'm not surprised. It's very clear that someone is artificially holding the market. Now, who is doing that? I also don't know. So to me itself, the boys are very clear. Every time it comes down, they just buy. So maybe they know. Well, I don't know who are they. Okay, so let's take a look and see what will happen. Now, next market, look at is NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ is also a doji. Oh gosh, okay, it's also a doji directional day. NASDAQ has two big issues. It's below the MA30, it's slightly below MA200. We have a doji today. We have the KSI red, but now turning green. Interesting. So the thing is this right now, the price is coming down on OP, but the KSI is green. That's interesting, yeah? Okay, so now what do we expect to see is that very simple. If the market stays above OP, it will break above pivot 1 and maybe topping up all the way to the 2 KCB. All right, and this one 25,158. Okay, you can try to come on board if you want to. Okay, and because it's a little below the MA 200 bearishness, so that gives a little bit downside pressure. The retail are still selling, but the big boys don't know why. Suddenly they can become buyers. So if you ask me, it's all right. It's not going to be an easy day for the NASDAQ. We have the buy force, we have the sell force. So trust the OP. Now, if the market stays below OP, the downside could be as low as 24,317, which I believe that could be a market bottom for today. Okay, so if you want to, let me know, all right, to look at this. Okay, so we have the NASDAQ also done. The next market we look at is silver. Okay, silver. Now, silver, I have told you guys don't buy yet. We haven't seen the international turnaround. Silver, okay, if you don't see any of these diamond line, just refresh your screen. It should be able to come out. If it doesn't come out, that means there's no diamond line. Because you can see there's one over here. So after that, there's no diamond line, yeah, except the day 5-minute chart. Okay, so for the day chart, we can see the market opens and start to trade down all the way. Okay, understand. So very fast, it came down, things are hit. So now the problem is this now where we are, we're here. All right. So where can it go? The upside is all here. It's between 76.20 to 77.60. All right. So traders take note of that. Yeah. Okay. So for the silver market, until it changes CCRY, if not, no buy. The boys are still selling. Cannot. The retail are still selling. Yes, but they are really off the lowest point already. Okay. So you can try, but I don't think so now. And the thing is this, if you look carefully, okay, if you ask me as a trader, it seems much more alluring if I dump the silver down to somewhere around here first, then I buy more. The silver price right now here is at 60. At $77. Okay, $64 a low. Yeah, 64, sorry. So $64 is the low. So if the silver can come down to break 64 again and recover, this is going to be a very strong buy signal because that means it's above the MA 200. Well, we're going to test the MA 30. Okay, so silver guys, wait for the lower price, $64, break, then you sell, then you buy. Okay, $64, yeah, then you buy. All right, so that is silver for you. Last one is Bitcoin. And I want to warn everybody about Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, as you can see, last week, Bitcoin tried to recover, but the KSI was all the way red. So by default, this is the elephant trade, right? Now, elephant trade means that when the market is going in an inverse direction of the current KSI. So if the market is going up this way, but the KSI retain rate this way, then very high chance that this is going to happen again. Okay, just going to put that in. Okay, so everybody take a look. So this is the Bitcoin market that went up, and then the market KSI was staying red. So which means that if you ask me, it will come back down again to test this low. So that will be about 65,500 level. Okay, so where are we now? 61, 67,170, So there's a very high chance we're going to see this number, yeah? 65,000, yeah? 800, 808, okay. So here we go. All right, so where we are now trading at about 67,150. So a little bit over, it's still not the right one, yeah? And of course, it's now trading below OP. So I believe that later on, Bitcoin will fall. Now, if Bitcoin fall, the Nasdaq will fall, I told you before, and then the rest will follow later on. So I still think that Bitcoin has a higher chance to come down to 59,000 in the near term. Now, I know that by having this Bitcoin coming at 59,000, some of you will be going crazy. You'll really be upset with me, but I'm just only a technical guy. I'm just sharing with you what I think will likely be happening, okay? So I do not run for myself. I don't think so. Okay, I do buy some silver, but it's not for that reason, yeah? Okay, so the last one I want to share with you is the Nikkei, the Japan market. Let's take a look, Japan. Now, the Japan market is also very interesting. We have the market now trying to recover, but then the KSI is red in color, while the KCX is black in color, a bit confusing. So how do we determine this? Very simple, price action. The opening price is 57,000 and then the pivot one is 56,620. So it's very clear the market is opening price above the is above OP and above pivot one. And this morning it touches the MLP already and rebounded. So that means very high chance Nikkei is going to test this number 57,583. So where we are right now, we are 300 points away. So is it possible? Well, always possible. It's just that, again, same thing, guys, because you cannot get a center trouble, and the boys are actually now saving you on the site, telling you what to do, so you can decide what to do, yeah? If you're a seller, sell below OP. If you're a buyer, buy smaller, and aim for KCB, okay? All right, guys, that will be all for today's sharing. I hope you enjoyed the session. Like I say, tomorrow onwards, I will do more sharing on the this different type of valuation model. There are many kind. All right, so we'll cover this, and hopefully by then you guys know exactly what to do in the market. All right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you, Angeline. Thank you for the very nice message. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed, 2025 was a very crazy period for me. It was not easy. We've been pushing the app, we're pushing everybody to do well, and of course, we spent a lot of time doing this. But end of the day, very happy to see all of you doing better, and of course, now you guys thanking me. This is going to be the best gift ever. All right, thank you guys. Take care, and may all of you have a great Chinese New Year, Tet Lunar Day for all my friends in Vietnam and all my friends in Cambodia too. Take care. Have a good day. Bye bye. Thank you guys from Cambodia too. Bye bye.